Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can actually use the app named external data for Jira fields to actually transfer the data from your database, from your CSV file, from basically a lot of those things that are available, to convert them from the JSON format to actually be shown within a Jira field itself. First thing, we need to add the data source. That is the thing that we actually need to add. So what we need to do here is, first of all, we're gonna type our name here. And for the name, I'm going to say data source. Now, there are different data types that you can choose from. You have the REST data type. You have local Jira, so you can use another Jira instance for the data. You can use the file, you can use Salesforce, you can use the file that I'm going to be using today for this video, and this is going to be the CSV file. So I'm going to choose the file, and then in here I'm going to choose the CSV file that I'm going to add here, which is called the state province. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to test it. As you can see, it did work just well. There's a lot of data because this one is actually quite big. So now we need to be able to use this data. So what we're going to be doing is, so we have this data source right here. And then we're going to go for the available Jira fields. Now, if you go for this data source, yeah, we can actually see what it is. Let's go back. Now, available Jira fields, I'm going to create a custom field in here. The good thing is you can do this from the app itself. So you don't have to go to the settings. You don't have to go to the issues, custom fields, create a new custom field, then another selection, then another click, and another click, and another click. And people get bored of a lot of clicks. So I'm going to say state. Description is going to be the state as well. I'm also going to go with a single choice in here. I'm going to be using the plat project. So I'm going to click on save, and that is it. Then we go for the field configuration. So what we're going to be using in here is, so you have these four options. You have the search field, info panel, and field option synchronization. For the field option synchronization, you need to have prerequisites. Either you're going to be using the select list, which is going to be a multiple one, cascading one, or a single one, radio buttons, or checkboxes. So I'm going to go with that one, and I'm going to name this state. It's going to ask me for my data source. I'm going to go with my data source right here. It indeed is saying missing selection path to parse. Now I'm going to select that this is going to be a list. And one of the things that it's going to ask me is this select result. Now, what you want to do here is, this is using the JSON path. Basically, the JSON path has some elements of JavaScript. You actually have this documentation for the JSON path that you can use in order to make these queries a little bit more sophisticated and a little bit more, easier to use. But I'm going to click in here, and this is what I'm going to see, and I'm going to click OK. So this means like result and all. So this means that we'll select all of the possible values in here. So actually there's some of the values in here that actually need to be, fixed, but I'm going to be using, the correct ones. So now it's asking me, okay, what is the the custom field that I want to use. So I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say default configuration scheme. What is the update interval? I'm going to say it's going to be 1 hour. And there we go. What we actually have now is we have, and it's saying now missing field. All right, so let us go with the simulation. And if we go for the simulation right here, it's saying the simulation is indeed successful. But one thing that I kind of don't get is this same as data source, target Jira field. Okay, so that wasn't selected. So let's go with the state. And there's also target context. So it's going to be this one. And it's going to be saved. Okay, so you have to save and sync and then do the saving as well. All right, so in order to test this, what you can actually do now is we can create this. So if we go down, we're going to see that we have indeed the state field. So I'm going to say state test, scroll down, click on it, and there we go. It's basically showing a lot of them. So we can go like American Samoa, create, and when we actually do the creation, we have our issue created. So let me go back to my project. Okay, can I get to my project, please? That would be nice. Thank you. Okay, there we go. We're here. Let's go with a platform. So now it's saying that this one is testing, but I bet that it's actually in the backlog. So not to actually search for all of those things. Let me go for more. Let me just, go issues. State test, there we go. It is here. And if we go for the state, American Samoa. So that is how you can translate either a file, a database source, so you can have your own SQL database. It could be MySQL, SQL Server, NoSQL, MongoDB. Doesn't really actually matter, but what matters is it will translate all of that data to the JSON format, and from the JSON format, it translates it to the actual values that you can actually use within your own custom fields. That is it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye.